3 check valves. They're 2-inch check valves. And then once you get that size, then you have to put other fittings and stuff that you can verify that the check valves are doing what they're supposed to be. That would be it with that. Is there
Well, we should point out though,
all the quotes?
the quotes are here, but also the borough has
Oh, yes.
recently, like, as far as the water company is concerned, we just replaced a number of fire hydrants. They were like 5 of them. They were like $3,500 each. I mean, the borough is continually contributing and upgrading. These are just some additional things that we're in need of. And why don't you just mention about the lead and copper, please? Because that's a big, we just spent $100,000 on that, and we're going to have about $1 million more, so. 2 million.
Yeah, the lead and copper, DEP, EPA and the DEP, they passed the thing 2 years ago, I guess. But they had, I think it was October of this year, every public water supply over a certain number of customers this year had to hand in a lead and copper inventory of all the service lines that you have on your public water system. We had hired a company to come in. They did a hydro excavating. They did all our service lines, and
70,000.
yeah, we right around $75,000 that we shelled out to do that project. That was unbudgeted.
We did find that our water authority went in 100 years ago, in 1925. And we did find, how many did you get? 40?
We have no lead lines, but we had galvanized.
That have to be replaced.
But when galvanized is in the lines following, their recommendation in the next few years is to replace all the galvanized water lines. So we're going to be, there's between our side that we own and the customer service, there's right around 42 service lines that are going to have to be replaced in the next few years. So that's going to be.
You can't just line them?
No, we'll have to.
So it's like your whole system. What percent of your system are you?
We have 285 customers.
Yeah.
So we're not quite.
As we are we're looking at replacing curbs and sidewalks at certain areas. As we're doing that, we're replacing everything underneath, so that, 2 years from now, something that is copper doesn't, that's 30 years old, doesn't pop a leak, and then we're digging through. So we're in phases doing our streetscape and doing that too, but now we've been ordered to do these, so.
Right.
So are you getting a good price for the copper?
Well, that's the next thing is, the fittings and stuff like that. There's still like some of the brass fittings. It's
Well, and you can't, the state says you need to use American
made copper
and there isn't any. So that means we're going to have to use PVC
or the PEX.
or PEX, yeah. Copper's a manufacturer.
I never knew that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
No. Yeah, I
Any
have all the quotes and stuff here.
Questions on
No, I'm good.
So has there been any, for the commercial check valves, have you guys considered going to the business owners to pay for that piece?
I was actually gonna go and talk to them and see if they will pay for the installation,
Okay,
if we provide.
the valve itself.
If we got valve and pick the
Yeah.
installation.
Yeah.
That's what we did with the fair.
Yeah, when they did their, they had built a new MI windows. They had built a new part last year.
Yeah.
We supplied the check valve and then they paid for installation. So that's what we're hoping that we can provide.
We work together very well with them. They are a very large employer in our valley. We have like 1,100 people working there, so we have the sewer and water and everything comes from them. And they're very generous with the community.
Okay. That's the only question I have.
Okay. You want to move on to the grinder pumps?
All right, so our next, right now, we have, everything is gravity fed in our system except for 12 properties, which we have grinder pumps that are in a little pit that's about 30 inches in diameter, that's about 8 feet deep. And there's pumps that go down, all the gravity feeds from the house out to these pumps, and then it pumps into our main sewer system. The pumps are getting to be, some of them are right around 20, 25 years, and the plastic parts that are in are obsolete.
You can't get parts.
So we found a company, E1, it's actually site specific, but they're E1 pumps. They have retrofit kits that they can come out, and they will come out and crawl down in these little pits, and they'll replace all these pumps. I have a picture of the pump. That would be that one. That's what they look like. They'll come out and rewire everything, replumb everything. And at the same time, I have a local contractor to come out, and they're gonna do, we're gonna clean, pressure wash, get all the debris, any sediments that might be in these tanks. I have them to come out and clean the tanks at the same time. Plus, it'll make it a little bit easier of a job for the
Any person going down.
the contractor.
Yeah.
The contractor going in these tanks.
Yeah.
But you would want to camera it, right?
They're pumps, more or less. When the sewage comes from the house, there's floats, the pumps come on. So everything, their pumps are the floats are starting to wear out, and the pumps are starting to wear out, there's cutters on them. And when you pull these up, they're on like a slide. When you pull them up, there's fittings that they're plastic, and some for obsolete fittings. So we had to modify a fitting to make work, and it worked so far. So
We have to get down 8 feet to get these.
No, the reason I asked, on one of the pages, you have the total of the projects is about 102,900. And then below that, you have the total minus the track camera.
yes, that's coming a little bit.
Oh, did I jump the gun? Sorry.
Yeah, right after, we're gonna be going on to that.
Okay.
The grinder pumps, and then the septic. Yeah, the next was, I wanna buy a trailer, just a small little enclosed trailer that I can put a track camera that we can go down our main sewer lines, and that also a push camera that we could check down the homeowner's side to see if it's our issue or if it's their issue. Right now, we have to get a company to come in. And, if there's an issue, you gotta wait hopefully they're available to come that day. Plus, I'd like to start going around and check our lines and make sure our lines, we have a fairly new system, but things happen, the ground shifts.
Sure.
We just want to make sure that we provide the best service to our customers. So, that camera, that sheet that I had there, actually it's this way. Yeah, the total, I think we had originally mentioned for 75,000 when we did our app. So, so basically, my thought was if we can't, the total was $102,000.
We'll have to pay the difference.
Either that, or we could do, maybe next year we could come back, if we could get funded to get a start, maybe next year we could come back and try to get the track camera.
So with that, what are your overall priorities? If you look at everything you've presented today.
I would, as in the water or borough water.
Yeah.
I think at this point, as for the borough, I think we want to try to get these bathrooms.
Okay, so the community center.
The community center is our priority. Yeah, we want to try to get that we can we have 2 other classrooms that are empty, they're vacant right now, that there's nobody in. And at some point, we want to remodel those that we can get. And
We're looking for some medical attention there. We have an elderly population and,
Sure.
so it would be nice if we could have, one of our local doctors having, maybe 2 days a week or something.
Couple
just,
hours.
Just to,
Yeah.
because we have to go to the, another community for that. And it would just be nice so that's one of our priorities. And,
yeah, I'd say that, the community centers are priority to get that. And then onto the water, I think we wanted our fencing and trying to get our, like, the chlorine analyzers, try to get those items that are, if we can prevent anything from happening to our system, to have some type of alarms that if something would happen, that less chance for any contamination or.
But also, we're looking at this in that, between water and sewer, the sewer is financially standing better than the water because of what's been put on us by the state with the water. So that's the only reason.
Water's kind of a higher.
Yeah, that's why we put it ahead of the
Okay.
sewer, for that
Yeah.
reason, if that makes sense,
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, there's more I shouldn't say there's more regulations,
Right.
but there's
A lot more coming down just
Coming
now.
Pressure on you.
I mean,
there's
yeah,
more
there-
pressure on the
Our
water.
whole system with the sewer is much newer and much more efficient and well-run, et cetera. We had an aging water system that we've been upgrading, and we have excellent water. I mean, our water is terrific, and this is what's needed.
Good spring water.
Yes,
Yeah.
come to the springs.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Tapahawk and Springs,
Yeah,
yeah.
spring water,
I
they
think
actually get right down the road from
Oh, yeah.
spring, yeah.
from our springs.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot of good water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that,
Then the 4th application that you guys are associated with is fire company.
Yes,
Is that then your would that be the 4th priority then?
they were actually the 3rd. They were,
we have
All right.
the letter I sent you.
Yeah.
I did send that. To you, didn't I don't just have a copy.
I don't have that.
like on our tank, if the water tank would have went empty, we had no clue, so we're making improvements, we just stuck an alarm on there, if the tank gets below a certain level, it'll call me and let me know, and, I mean, we're making a lot of improvements, and we want to continue to make
I will say it's because of him. Timmy was a local boy that grew up in Bronx, so it was nice when we got him back, but I really have been, and
You start to do those other improvements, replacing those lines, you're probably gonna get it down.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Even further.
So,
yeah, there's a lot of, different phases throughout here.
How do you identify those leads?
Well, we have